Hey guys, this is Ankit and welcome to the Google Cloud Platform Task Series. We'll do a list of basic tasks to get ourselves familiar with the Google Cloud provider, that is GCP. We'll follow the DevOps Engineer and SRE learning path, which is also available at cloudskillsboost.google/path. You can always refer to my repository, thecloudterminal01/learn-devops to get more details. So for today's task, we have the following objectives. First, we will run the app locally on GCP Cloud Shell. Then we will deploy the same app to App Engine. We will examine the App Engine logs. We will then create App Engine latency alert and simulate traffic to our app in such a way that alert gets triggered. We will also see how this is responsible for creation of incidents. At the end, we will again create an alert using the CLI. The total amount of time we will be spending will be around 12 to 15 minutes. So let's begin. Let's go over the code first. So this is our main.py file. We have three different routes. The first one is at /, which returns hello DevOps fans. The second one is sleepy200, which will return a 200 delayed response code. And the third one is random 500 error, which will return 500 response code randomly. This is the associated Docker file. Requirements.txt has the following modules. Our template files for our project are present in this directory. app.yaml file is required for App Engine. And this particular JSON file is required for creating an alerting policy with CLI. Let's move on to our first subtask, which is running the app locally on GCP console. For that, we'll need to copy our project files to the Cloud Shell. So I've already copied these files, and this is how the directory structure looks like. Let's install the requirements and run our app locally on the console. So the app is running now. Let's check the web preview. So this completes our first subtask. In our next subtask, we'll deploy this app to App Engine. I'll close this. Let's go back here and create an App Engine application. Let's wait for this to get completed. So this is completed. Let's deploy the version 1 of our app to App Engine. We'll wait for this to get completed. The deployment of version 1 of our app on App Engine is completed. Let's visit this URL and check our changes. Now let's check the App Engine on console as well. We'll go to versions. So this completes our second subtask. In our third subtask, let's go and check the logs in App Engine. So I'll go over here, click on Tools and Logs. So this is where we can see logs. Let's move on to our next subtask, which is creating an App Engine latency alert. So first, let's go back to monitoring. I'll duplicate this tab. Let's go to monitoring, metrics explorer, select a metric. We'll select GAE application, HTTP, response latency, and apply. Let's select the aggregator as mean. We'll go to advanced options, and aligner should be 99th percentile. And let's save this chart. We'll create a new dashboard. This is custom dashboard. Let's view the dashboards. Now let's create an alert by tracking the same metrics. We will create a notification channel as well. Let's use temporary email for this. I'll copy this. Test channel. Now let's go back over here, create a policy. We'll select the metric as GA application, HTTP, response latency, apply. Let's keep the rolling window as 1 minute. Click on next. So let's add a threshold value of 8000. Let's give the condition name as response latency mean. Let's go to next. Let's use the notification channel, test channel. Let's give the alert name as hello too slow. Create policy. So the policy is created. Let's go back to the console and simulate traffic. We'll have to wait for 5 minutes at least so that we have simulated good amount of traffic to our application to test all the scenarios. So after waiting for about 5 minutes and sending a lot of requests to our app, if we go back to our dashboard, we see that we have had a lot of requests for which the response latency was above 10 seconds. And if we go to alerting, we will see that there are 2 incidents which are firing. You can click on them and get more details. You can add a comment checking on the issue. And if we go to our temporary email, we will see that we received alerts for both of those notifications. So let's close our while loop now. Let's add another comment saying that we found the issue. It was a while loop acting as a bot. Let's add a comment and acknowledge the incident. Now in the next step, let's create another policy using the JSON we discussed initially. So we'll use this JSON to create another policy. So the policy is created. Let's go back to policy details page. And we see that there is another policy which is created now. Now let's simulate traffic again to our application, which should create another incident as per the new policy that we just created. So I'll go back and run this. And let's wait for some time. Now let's go back to incidents and check again. I'll do a hard refresh. And I see that there is a new incident which has fired up, which says that the error count has increased beyond a specific threshold which we had set in the policy that we created using the CLI. So now let's click on this. And acknowledge this incident as well. And if we go back to alerting, we will see that this incident has also been acknowledged. Finally, let's go back to our dashboard and stop this. Let's change the hits to slash and let's run it. So after running this for about 5 minutes again, if we go back to monitoring, and go back to alerting, we see that all the incidents have been resolved. So that's it for today's video. See you in the next one.